What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, rocking with me, watching the videos. If you don't mind, continue to share. If I do a video, especially those of you that follow me, subscribe. If I do a video and anything is in there that you feel like somebody else would benefit from, get a kick out of, think about, if you don't mind sharing it, I would appreciate it. I believe from what they say that if you share videos that are shared and get a lot of likes, I guess it tells YouTube that this is something that people want to watch. So that's how you can help me out if you don't mind. And be sure to do good to someone today. Be kind to someone. I want to get into an email. I actually got, when I did that video, Why Do Men Cheat? And that's funny too, by the way, because people, sometimes it's the way people think it's funny. Like somebody say something like, people not, you try to just, give some content and everybody just has their opinion on it. But regardless, it seemed like there was something that people really, got into and kind of wanted to know even more. Because I got two emails about that subject, and it's actually two different type of emails. One was about women and one was about men. But I want to do the first one, which was about women. And the question was presented to me that from my experience and perspective, why do I think, or why have I seen women that cheat? So, what is my perspective on women that cheat, and why I think that they were able to do it, or what allowed them to do it? And let me first of all say that, of course, cheating is going to go all the way back probably to the beginning of time, I'm sure. So this is not a subject that can be exhausted. Right? There's always going to be another book. There's always going to be another theory. There's always going to be another take. No two situations are exactly alike. There are different dynamics that allow and open the doors for anybody to cheat. So when we're doing this type of video and content, we're just going off of what we have seen in our life or what we know of. This is not, of course, this is not going to be universal. I just want to get that out of the way, get that clear. But from what I have seen, as far as why women cheat, and I'm gonna give two. I'm gonna give two examples of what I personally have seen done the most. Now I know of other women who have cheated. Their reasons is a little lower down the totem pole, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go with the top two that I have seen the most. Number one, I have noticed that if a young lady grew up in an environment where, let's just say, there was no father in the home, she was being raised by her mother. Her mother may work two, three jobs just to try to make ends meet, which left a lot of free time for whatever children the woman may have. So if she got a daughter, a son, two daughters, one son, whatever. If there's no father in the home, there's no two parents in the home, she has to go to work. That leaves a lot of free time for the child, which in this case, in the cases that I know about three or four cases for the daughter to have a lot of free time. It's not just the free time that becomes the issue, but growing up, if a young lady in particular don't have the right kind of attention and affection shown to them, and this is crucial. This is very crucial for those of you who have teenage daughters. I mean, both sons and daughters need it, but girls will tend to lean towards getting it from men. Guys will get it from the streets. So we're gonna get out. Guys are gonna get out. That's why it's so easy for inner city guys or whatever, it's suburb now, whatever, to join gangs or whatnot, because it's going to give the affirmation, so they think that they would have normally gotten from a healthy household. In this situation, the situation I'm talking about, there was no real attention and hands-on affection given to the daughter. So for her to get it, she realized, especially if they are attractive, that I can get attention from men if I hang around men, so on and whatnot. So she may even start out being a tomboy, just hanging around. Then as she grows, because the guys like it because you so cool. You don't mind playing, basketball with us. You don't mind hanging out. You so cool. That's 11, 12, 13. Then you 14, 15, 16. You start to fill out a little bit. You start to look like, a growing young lady, a woman. Then the guys start paying sexual attention to you. And you're still not getting the attention from the household because, dad's gone and mom is still working, doing the best she can. So you're pretty much free to roam and do what you want to do. Well, then you realize, well, I can even get more attention and feel like I'm loved and appreciated if I engage in these sexual acts. And then you do it, and then after a while, you do it again. You do it with several guys to pretty much before you know it, you are promiscuous. And again, like I said, I know that cheating is everywhere and all these things that go on, but sometimes dynamics can happen in people's life that lead them to a certain way. And when you don't pay attention to teenagers and children, it's going to lead them a certain way. There's certain things by nature we're supposed to get. And if we don't get it, we tend to seek for it in other areas. That's why it's important to watch how we parent because our children, that's why a household with two healthy people. Just having a man and a woman in the house is not by itself going to do it. But if it's a healthy relationship, a healthy environment that both is paying attention to the child, giving the child what they need by nature, we can help overcome some of this stuff. But moving on with the story. So this young lady, I know about 3 or 4 women. I mean, they my age now, but I know their story. I have been friends with them. I have asked them about their past when I've seen certain type of behavior. They have opened up and shared with me. It started in their teenage years when they did not get attention from the mom. Dad was nowhere around. So you got that whole thing going on in their psyche and in their emotions and in their spirit. Dad won't nowhere around. He don't care about me. But you still have a longing for that from your father. And a lot of times too, they will turn to older men. So it don't you can a lot of times you can see maybe a 14-year-old, and I hate to say it, dealing with an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 15 years old maybe. She could be dealing with somebody over 17. A lot of times you'll see that because what's going on is, again, without the father in the picture, she's still going to have that longing, maybe a couple of daddy issues going on, and she's going to be drawn out. So once you have started that lifestyle where you are used to dealing, so a lot of women not used to dealing with 3 or 4 men at the same time. Yeah, a lot of women not used to dealing with that. They may deal with 2. But most women not gonna necessarily deal with 3 or 4 and flirting with 3 or 4 more. But you used to getting all this attention. See, you used to getting all this. Your mom won't pay no attention. Dad gone. You ain't used to all this attention. Now all of a sudden you realize if I take my clothes off and give these dudes what they want, I'm getting some kind of an enjoyment out of it too. But the way they acting towards me is making me feel like I'm special. Think about it now. I haven't felt special before. Ain't nobody ever paid me attention before, and now all of a sudden, these dudes who you think, at that age, you think they care about you, they really don't. But in your mind, it's better than what you was getting. So you can turn into a 3 or 4. Then you grow up and you decide, well, now I want to get married. But you haven't really settled that stuff within you. You never really dated just one man. You never really dated just one dude. And these are the examples that I've seen. They never just dated one guy. They might have had a live-in boyfriend who he was doing what he wanted to do, so she continued to do what she wanted to do. And then the day come when she say, I'm tired of this loser here. I want to get me a good man. And she tried to get a good man. Maybe she found a halfway decent man and they get married. But she never resolved what was inside of her, that need for attention that one man was never able to fulfill. Now you in a marriage relationship, and that's why I do videos and say marriage won't fix you, man. No, 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 no. You think, oh, I'm a wife now. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna honor my husband. I'm gonna be on point, and you may go in with those intentions. So this is where I have seen some women cheat because they never resolved the 304 that was inside of them. And that's why we hear the saying, you cannot turn an HO into a housewife, because there's still going to be a longing inside of her to get the attention that she was getting before she got married. You can't compete with 3 or 4 different men that could toss her around 3 or 4 different ways, and they all have different sounds. Come on, y'all. This is a grown folks channel. Y'all already know women have different sounds, men have different sounds. One might just another one. This mine ain't. This mine ain't. This mine ain't. Another one. Give me that thing, girl. Give me that thing, girl. Another one may not talk at all, and you all this is feeding into you. Yeah, I can go to Jason, and he gonna throw me that way, and then use his Spider-Man web and yank me back that way. I can go to this one, he gonna caress me and love me. I can go to this one, he gonna wash my hair and rub my feet. I can go to this one, he gonna give me everything up. See what I'm saying? And then you are marrying this woman because you want to see what her past, some of it, because she gonna lie. She ain't gonna tell you everything. She not gonna tell you the real 3 or 4 she was. She just gonna tell you she had a rough patch in her life, and now she's saved, born again, running around the church. She not gonna tell you she was that way all the way up to y'all engagement, and then you marry that girl, and you wonder why. And I was gonna try to put both of them on this one video, but I guess I'll just stick with this one and make another video. So, because I don't do no editing, so y'all don't hear me say I got another, so I just make another video. But anyway, you marry this girl, and you wonder why she cheats on you. It ain't that she hates you. In this situation, it's not that she hates you. It's simply she never fixed the issues that was in her spirit, in her mind from her childhood, where she was not getting the attention that she needed, and she turned to men for that attention. And then when she got older, she got married. And I've seen I've seen that happen at least 4 times of women that I know personally. I personally know them that has done that. And in their marriage, they cheated. Yep. And they were not married to awful guys. As a matter of fact, in terms of being cheated on, none of their husbands cheated on them. Now that I think about it, none of their husbands cheated on them to kick this thing in motion, as like most people would think when he cheated on her first. In these situations, none of their husbands cheated on them, and they all had good jobs. But it was something in the wife that they did not fix from their childhood. And when you're dealing with that need of attention from that many guys, one man cannot fulfill it, especially when there was a deficit of it. So you're not just talking about, I like attention, it's hard for me to get rid of. You're talking about, I was getting no attention, and by nature, as a girl, I should be getting attention from my mom and dad, but I'm getting no attention. And then that's what happens. So you got to try to feel that if she don't get healed, if she don't go to therapy, if she don't walk right, you got to try to fill a hole that you can never fix, because only way to fix it without therapy, you got to go back in the past and put her in a proper household where she's getting what she needs and start over. Because you can never do it as just one man. But anyway, that's one way that I know that women have cheated the most, is those type of situations. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think, and I'll do another video later on the other. Y'all be good.